Hello, all you Phyrexian friends out there. Welcome back to Praetor Magic. My name is DM Cross. I'm your host tonight for this episode of Reflections of the Council, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host. Well, I don't know if he's lovely, but it's Phyrexian Walker. Either way, how you doing, buddy?
You've never seen me, sir, so you have no idea whether I'm lovely, ugly, what I am.
Maybe I'm talking about like your personality. Maybe you just have an
Well,
ugly
that's definitely not
personality.
lovely.
Hey, we had a stream the other day where you decided to just recklessly kill me turn 4. I was
I
tapped
know
out.
that.
I played a friggin' pseudo mana rock, and you just destroyed me.
I mean, sometimes you get a god hand with Xenagos, and you just gotta go for it.
Sometimes you're an awful person. You are correct. So for this episode, of course, we are always sponsored by our friends over at In Gaming. In Gaming, your game, your experience. I'm sorry, your game, your style. Holy crap! I'm gonna have to edit that one out.
Mm.
Where did the experience come from? Oh God, it's so bad. All right, we're gonna try that again, you folks in the chat. So, as always, we are sponsored by our friends over at In Gaming, your game, your style. Go over to our affiliate link, which is going to be down below the video or in the podcast, and use that to find your new favorite playmat, customized sleeves, and all that other stuff. Also, make sure to use our Praetor10 coupon code for 10% off your purchase. That's PRAETOR10, and that'll get you 10% off. So, this episode's a little different. We're doing something. We're finally done with War of the Spork previews. Let's say that first and foremost.
But we aren't done with War of the Spork.
We're not done with War of the Spork. War of the Spork forever. Not really, but kind of sort of for today. So we're going to try something different. This is an idea that we have mentioned in like the behind the scenes portion of this. And we're going to try it out tonight. And what we want to do is we want to, with the chat and on the stream, try to kind of brew a deck together. We have decided to pick a pretty interesting commander thematically. Vorthos wise, it's awful. But we're going to be brewing a War of the Spork commander, and that's why we're not done with War of the Spork. So, Phyrexian, what commander did you talk me into playing or building?
We are playing the new Niv-Mizzet. The
Yeah.
interesting Niv-Mizzet, the one that's no longer the same old Niv-Mizzet. Niv-Mizzet Reborn. And Niv-Mizzet Reborn is for Wooburg, so white, blue, black, red, green. And it's a legendary creature dragon avatar, not dragon wizard, which is probably why he's more interesting. And then flying, when Niv-Mizzet Reborn enters the battlefield, reveal the top 10 cards of your library. For each color pair, choose a card that exactly those colors from among them. Put the chosen cards in your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order.
Yep.
So, real 10 cards, get some of those cards. Very important that it is for each color pair.
Yeah.
So, you only get one for each pair.
That's actually something that I've been tripping up on this entire time. I thought that if you were to, even if you were to reveal like 10 Selesnya cards, you could just keep all 10, but it's literally you get to pick one per guild. So that is kind of cooler. It does create a situation where you have to have a little bit more creativity and you have to balance your deck a little bit more. It's not just like you can't just then do like a 2-color deck that has rainbow lands. Like you can't do like an Izzet deck to be Niv-Mizzet and then have rainbow lands and then try to get, because then you're only ever going to get one card off his ability unless you like duplicate the trigger or something like that. So it does create an interesting restriction breeds creativity scenario. So we were talking about this deck in the Praetor Magic, kind of like in our like staff forums, in our staff channels in the server, and I mentioned to John that it would be an interesting idea if you were to do like Niv-Mizzet 2-color dragons, because he's a dragon, and dragon travel's been kind of popular since last year's Commander Precon, which when we had like the Ur Dragon and whatnot. So wait, was that last year? Was that just last year? With the tribal ones, or was that the year before? What was last year's precon?
Wasn't last year's like the Planeswalkers? The
Yeah,
year
so
before
2
was
years
Tribal
ago.
Dragons? 2 years
2 years
ago.
ago. So for about the past 2 years, we've seen like an uptick in like Vampire Tribal. Edgar Markov's still a pretty popular commander. Dragon Tribal, if you I think go over to EDH Rec and just look up dragons, I think the Ur Dragon is still the top one, followed by Sign of the Ur Dragon, which was previously like the Dragon Tribal commander, because you know combos are fun.
Our Lady Otarka forever.
She's like third or fourth.
She's so good.
She's a little down there though.
I know, but I love my girl dragons.
Yeah.
I don't need any of those other dragons.
Well, now we're gonna do a new kind of 5-color dragons because so like the Dragon where you kind of got to, actually, hold on 1 second. I hate that the Dragon and the sign of the Dragon basically have the same wording. So, like the Dragon, where whenever one or more dragons you control attack, draw that many cards, and then you may put a permanent from your hand onto the battlefield. It's similar in the sense that it's kind of like card advantage, except Niv-Mizzet can potentially get you a lot more cards. And again, like there's a restriction of it has to be a color pair. It can't be a 3-color dragon. It can't be a 4-color. It can't be a monocolored dragon. It has to be a 2-color. Well, not even dragon, but 2-color spell, and you get 1 for each of the 10 pairs. So you at most could get 10 cards. At least you might only get 0 if you hit all lands, I guess. So it's weird. So we are gonna be
You can hit all lands or hit your lands and artifacts. It's definitely possible to get 0.
That's true. That's very true. Because there are some artifacts that are gonna go well in the deck, I think. But yeah, so we're gonna kind of put our heads together and come up with a brew for this. And if you guys in the chat want to shout stuff out, we'll we'll evaluate it, as it were. We do have this nifty little spreadsheet, boop, where the way this works is that as we fill it out, we can put the cost. The cost will be totaled here, and then we did it on a budget maxing out at 200 just to try to make it not super expensive to play. Like not everybody has like $500 to throw at every new deck, even though I think for a 5-color deck it might be kind of hard unless you're gonna just have to deal with slow lands, I guess, like the tri-lands and stuff like that.
For 200 we might can fit, the shocks. We might.
Yeah, the shocks went down because they got reprinted and everything, so maybe.
And we could check the for sure. We could do the check lands at least.
Yeah. And then there's also the at least the 5 lands from like battle bonds and stuff. The battle band, blah.
Battle band now. War of the Spork, battle band, and mechanics.
There's those lands from that one set that shall remain nameless now forever. They're relatively cheap still because the set's relatively still recent. So how this works is as we put in the card type, so whether it's a sorcerer or enchantment, it'll calculate it over here. The card count will be here. As you can see, there's 1 because we have the commander in there. We can tag cards based on what they are, and then we can add more tags here, and that'll appear in this little drop down. So if I were to put just dragons, the drop down now has dragons. So and then over here on the very far right, we have the guilds listed. Is this all the guilds? It doesn't look like 10. It is 10. I can't count. Just so that we can kind of keep account of how many cards we have per guild, so that we can try to, again, because of the way Niv-Mizzet's for each pair, we want to try to balance it out as much as possible to maximize the possibility that you're going to get as many cards as possible. You're probably not going to get 10 almost ever. Like math teacher will tell you, it's probably like a 1 in a million chance, but we can at least try to make it as much as possible. So where do you're the expert builder, Mr. 3DH Storm Magic Online Commander League person. Where do you want to start?
I like starting with our fundamentals. Ramp, removal, draw.
Fundamentals. Oh man, this is gonna be a how-to video as well. There you go. This episode is now how to build a deck, in probably one of the most interesting ways to build a deck with like this kind of a theme.
Given that our commander is essentially a draw engine, we can probably go a little lower on draw tutors, like maybe 8-ish.
Yeah, that's
but
fair.
Since we're 5-color, we probably want to go heavier on ramp. We probably want to be in the 12 to 14 range on ramp.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, and we talked about this.
I usually stick around 10, and then like 3 to 5 rafts, depending on what we decide to do.
Yeah. And then we kind of mentioned this before the video started, but in terms of ramping out, a lot of ramp tends to be either artifacts or 1 color. In black, they have, like their lands and then crypt gas and a couple other things. In green, it's, your cultivates, your Kadama reaches, your rampant growths, etc., but they're not really multicolor. So how many multicolor like ramp spells do you think that we're gonna find that are gonna be worth playing? I know you named one that was really good, and it's also a new card, so
yeah. Growth Spiral.
Yeah.
That's probably one I'd go with first.
The Growth Spiral is, of course, We're not gonna do this for every card, just because we don't have that kind of time. But Growth Spiral is a green and a blue instant. It's a common. Draw a card. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. So it's a little bit of draw power and it's a little bit of ramp at the same time, in the sense that if you have, obviously the land, you can put it down immediately and be a land up for the curve. So how much do we want to do, like, just the standard ones, like the cultivates, and do we want to do any of them?
I kind of want to do Dragon's Horde next since we're building a Dragon's deck.
Yeah. Oh, it would help if I was in the right screen. Horde. Again, this is a newer card, so I do want to talk about it. That's right. Talk about all the new cards. That way you can get pricing and stuff.
That, and it kind of does ramp and draw, so it gives us both options. Primarily ramp, but you got the draw option there too.
Dragon's Horde is a rare artifact for 3 mana. Whenever a dragon enters the battlefield under your control, you can put a gold counter on it. You can tap it to remove a gold counter to draw a card, and you can tap to add 1 mana of any color. So it's kind of like a dragon-specific, repeatable commander sphere. Especially in this deck, which is going to be 5 color.
I think also just go ahead and throw Chromatic Lantern in there. We need it.
We need it.
Yeah, we need it, especially given that we're running on a budget here.
I don't know what you mean we need it.
Chromatic Lantern is not super cheap, so
I'm surprised. It was reprinted.
It was just reprinted and it's still $5.19.
Does the new 1 BBG what is it? Death something. Death Sprout from War? Yeah, Death Sprout. 1 black green instant uncommon. Destroy target creature, search your library for a basic land card and put it onto the battlefield, tap, and then shuffle your library. That's pretty thematic because it's 2 color and it's removal at the same time.
Yeah, we could try it. I think we need to be careful playing the things that have like black,
Yeah.
blue, green, just because it's hard to do in a 5 color deck, but we could have a few of them without hindering ourselves too much.
Yeah. How, off the top of your head, how many rainbow lands do you think we're going to be able to fit in? Just like ballpark it.
You mean like
command
shots?
tower?
Oh.
Like, does that become the thing where like you try to run as many rainbow lands? Because you run more 5 color decks than I do. I don't. The only 5 color deck I even run is Joda.
I tend to try to run Mana Confluence, City of Brass, Command Tower, Reflecting Pool in most of mine. Those are the 4 that I run in most of my 5 color decks. I don't know with running it on a budget how much that's going to work.
That's fair. I do like the fact that it doubles up as removal. Do we want to label it as removal or do we want to count it as ramp? Because it's a fetch, right?
I think at 4 with it. I think I'd probably label it as removal.
Yeah. That's fair. Because, like, 1, you have to have the target creature to remove. Like, you can't just play this for fetching and then, like, lose out on... It's not like if you do this, then destroy target tap creature. It's you have to destroy target tap creature, so you have to have the removal part. Do we want to run the vivid lands? I don't think we're gonna run enough like proliferate and stuff to maximize them.
Yeah, I usually only run vivid lands in the 5 color and stuff if you're running something like an Atraxa or something that's going to give you good value off being able to reuse that ability multiple times. I think the tri lands are just as good otherwise.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Vivid lands, especially because this set it was so proliferate heavy. If we were running like 5 color planeswalkers or like 5 color 2 like gilded planeswalkers, whatever we want to call that, I would think the vivid lands would be fine because you're gonna find ways to get the proliferate like flux channeler or the evolution stage and stuff like that. But I think for this particular deck, because we're just doing dragons, like dragons don't really proliferate, so I don't think it's gonna work out as well. Because if you draw them late game, they're just gonna enter the battlefield tapped. You're gonna use them a couple times maybe, and then they might not help you. So.
I was thinking Coalition Relic, but $7.83.
I mean, we have a whole $200. Come on now. There's always a chance. There's always a chance that we can go back and take things out as they become expensive. I'll sort it by price as we go, and if we find something is not performing, do we run stuff like Darksteel Ingot Oh, and what about the new mana rock from this set? The Firemind's Vessel? It's colorless, but it gives you 2 colors.
Yeah. I like Prismatic Geoscope too.
Oh. Oh, okay, it wasn't Firemind, it was just Firemind. So, Firemind Vessel is a uncommon artifact for 4 mana. When it enters the battlefield tapped, and you tap it to add 2 mana of different colors. Just for reference, and the pretty cool picture as well. Oh, this is a Jen Ravanna? That's cool. So Jen Ravanna does one of my other favorite arts. I'm gonna hijack this really quick. She does the art for the Eldest Reborn, and I love this art. It's one of my favorite arts ever. It's so good. So it does enter the battlefield tapped, but it's a 4 mana rock for 2 mana, which is almost on par with like Worn Power Stone. Except you're getting colored mana instead of the 2 colorless. Or the 2 colorless. So I think it kinda, I don't know. It's one of those things where like maybe it's worth it. I don't know.
I think it's worth a shot. I mean, it is the Firemind's Vessel.
Right?
We
It's
are playing
thematic.
Niv-Mizzet deck. It's thematic.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't realize Mariah's Wake was that much in paper. Let's not do that.
How much is it?
1656.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's all.
It's funny too because when I thought about this, that was like one of the first things I thought of was Mirari's Wake. I was like, oh, that's a really good Selesnya ramp card. So we have 1 Simic card and 1 Golgari card. The Simic card is Growth Spiral, and the Simic card is Growth Spiral, and the Golgari card is Death Route.
Alright. Prismatic Geoscope. It also enters the battlefield tapped.
Yeah, but that has the potential to get you 5 mana.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming we're gonna run at least a few basics, and even if we were to run so basic land types, I never knew this as far as like a rules question. And for those of you listening, Prismatic Geoscope is a rare artifact for 5 mana. Enters the battlefield tapped. It has Domain, which is tap at X mana in any combination of colors to your mana pool, where X is the number of basic land types among lands you control. So basic land types is like forest, island, blah blah blah, right? So even if it's a shock land, do you still get the 2 for the 1? So if you have a Gruul, I'm sorry, not a Gruul Turf, like a Godless Shrine, did you get white and black off of that because it has swamp and plains? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah, the dual land types do activate it. So like if you're in a Godless Shrine or a Breeding Pool, or if you have both, then that's 4 basic land types off those 2 lands.
There you go. So I think Prismatic's actually really good because with like 3 lands, you could get 5 mana off of this thing. 3, like even non-basics, if you didn't get all your basics assembled. So wastes are actually not a basic land, right? Oh no, wastes
Nope.
are, but they don't have a type.
Don't have a type. Gosh. It's been too long since I've made a deck for Paper Magic.
Right? Yeah,
Some
are
of
you
these
looking
cards-
at the prices like, oh my god?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for those of you who are watching either in the chat or on YouTube, basic land, but it doesn't have a type. It becoming a waste like strips it of its type. It's a waste.
I don't think I want to do Nature's Lore if it's $5.20. To cultivate Kodama's Reach, Farseek.
Yeah. I think keeping the basics is still good. Like
Yeah.
the more obvious stuff.
So we're at what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 ramp cards.
Yeah.
Probably 3 more to start with, and then see
What do
where we
you
want to go
think
from there.
about Grow from the Ashes? It's mono green, but it has the potential to get 2 untapped lands, or at worst it's a cultivate variant. And at best it's cultivate but gets them untapped.
Yeah.
Because Grow from the Ashes, it's uncommon green sorcery. 2 and a green, but it has kicker 2. Switch your... Oh, actually, for 3 mana, it's just go fetch 1.
Yeah.
But if it's...
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because we really need to we really need to be fixing as many colors as possible with ours.
Yeah.
That's just my thing. Like in a green deck or like a 2-color deck, I'd probably run it. But in a 5-color deck, when we really need, like, I'm running Cultivate and Kadama's Reach because it's like I can get these. I'm running Farseek because it's like, okay, I'm fetching Mountain Island, Swamp, Plains, but we're gonna run some dual lands where it's like, oh, I'm gonna fetch this dual land that's gonna give me 2 of my colors. So
So, is this...
when that only fetches basics,
Yeah. I've kind of gone away from running explosive vegetation. Do you think this is a time where it's better to run explosive vegetation because it's 4 mana, go get 2 lands?
see, I was thinking Circuitous Route actually.
Oh, that's one of the newer cards, right?
Because to me, it's a strictly better explosive vegetation because it gets 2 basics or 2 gates. And
That's
I don't
true.
know if we want to be in Maze's End territory with this deck or not, but if we decide we want to be, then
I mean,
that's
it's not for nothing. It's thematic.
yeah.
We're just gonna keep calling things thematic as our excuse
As their
to put it
excuse
in
for
there.
making a bad deck.
But it's thematic. Why do you have all 3 versions of Niv-Mizzet, like the Is It Niv-Mizzet in here? Like, it's thematic. It's a
Aren't you paying
Niv-Mizzet deck.
attention? Okay. Throw that on there. Any things from chat?
They commented that they believe that the circuitous route was a good idea. I'm now looking also at the EDH rec page for Niv-Mizzet just to see if there's maybe something that we missed that is also going to be good as far as like ramp. Which they're running Cultivate Farseek as well. They're probably gonna be sorceries. Urban Evolution?
I'd count that as a draw card, but yeah, we can definitely run it. I think it's definitely runnable.
Yeah. And then like they're running Rampant Growth. Circuitous Route is on here. Kodama's Reach is on here. Our favorite card, Casualties of War, is on here. And by favorite I meant it wasn't our favorite. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't our favorite. Oh gosh, excuse me, Jesus. They did put Death Sprout in here, so that's interesting. Or at least good that we kind of like caught it. So that's up to 10 ramp, so we need what, maybe 2 more?
I'd say at least 2 more to start with. Commander
about-
Sphere? How much is Commander Sphere right now?
That is a good question.
Because that could be a possible.
Printing's anywhere from $1.60 to the judge being $15. But $1.60 is the lowest one I see. I think it's worth it because it's also a draw if we just don't need it anymore. Or if we just really need a draw. What about like creature based ramp? I saw like Coiling Oracle on here. I mean it's not really like dedicated ramp, I guess, but it's ramp or draw, one or the other.
I'd say Draconic Disciple.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's another way of ramping too, yeah. What do you think about just throwing like Urza's Incubator into it? It's ramp in what we're trying to do.
I think it depends on how many dragons we end up running.
Oh, that's true.
The rate of return on that is really low if you aren't running enough dragons.
Yeah, that's fair. And we're gonna have to run so many support cards as is.
Because Draconic Disciple is just, the...
Hold on 1 second.
1 mana of any color. It's a 3-drop, 1 mana of any color, and you can sacrifice it to make a 5/5 for dragon creature later on. And it's Gruul. So...
And it's Gruul. 10 cents. There you go.
Yeah, and it's cheap. There you go. I think that's good on ramp for now. We got 12. Let's
Yep.
start fleshing out some more removal and draw tutor. So want to do draw next or removal next? We've got one of both right now.
I think removal will be easier because we have access to all the colors and everything, and like I can rattle off.
I
Like
definitely want
5.
Sylvan Reclamation
Yep.
because it can also function as mana fixing if we really need it to.
Yep.
I mean, you'd rather not, but
if you got to, and
it's
it'll
got
be
the
our
basic
first
land
Selesnya
second.
card.
It will be. Trying to get price here.
My internet was faster, I would tell you.
I'm having the same problem actually.
$1.09.
That's not bad. So it's got the basic land cycling. It's got exile 2 removals.
Yep, and it's something that
quality.
Niv-Mizzet can pick up, which is really good. Hey, you know what else is here? Emergency powers. Alright, so how about a different kind of removal, though? How about grave removal with Rakdos Charm?
Yeah, I like Rakdos Charm.
Me too. You can put it at 59 cents, or if you want to round it to 60. No, that's a Wrath Effect. We're not doing Wrath Effects yet. What do you think about the new Casualty of War for something like this, hitting the 5 possible targets?
The mana cost. That would be my
yeah.
worry. Green, green, black, black.
Yep. That's what
Unless predominantly.
So then, in that case, what do you think about the Windgrace's Judgment? Because it's only green black.
I think in our theme it works. I don't think it's a great card, but
Neither do I. But again, like if we're worried about the coloring, I
Yep.
think that's probably going to be a good. Windgrace's Judgment is 3 green black instant. It's a rare for any number of opponents. Destroy target non-land permanent that player controls. So the reason why that we say that we don't like this over Casualties of War in terms of effectiveness is that Casualties of War doesn't care who owns the permanent and gives you 5 targets automatic, up to 5 targets. Whereas this is you kind of have to only hit one thing per person.
I'm reading Windgrace is at 43 though, which is a little high.
It's a commander thing, so it's gonna be.
Yeah.
But again, we'll see, because like we've only hit $31 into 5th of the deck, so we'd only make 150 total. Keep in mind we're not calculating the cost of Niv-Mizzet Reborn, because that's kind of like you have to pay that cost anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
I'm going English and making.
Yep.
Good. 2 color, Orzhov.
Exiles, instant speed.
Exiles. Instant speed.
And that's non-land permanent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I had to think about it for a second. I don't know why. How many 2-color mana ramp or dorks exist? Oh, we didn't really think about dorks too much. There's a couple like Simic dorks. Like the
Cure's follower.
Yeah, Cure's follower, and then there's another one I think from RNA that had the adapt on it, wasn't there? Like it taps for 3 mana, or was that one mono green? Yeah, it was mono green, never mind.
Yeah.
Do we run Utter End? Utter End, I think, is really just a poor man's Anguished Unmaking, and because we want to spread the colors out, I don't think so. Personally, just me saying it.
I agree. I mean, it's not bad, but I'd rather spread out our colors for our removal a little bit more if we can. Like,
and there's also just the fact that again, it's a 4 mana spell as opposed to the 3 mana spell, which is Anguished Unmaking, and we're already going to probably have a higher CMC on this deck because of the fact that it's dragons. So like your support cards. You don't want to be running your support.
Decimate, however, I am really into. Decimate.
Decimate is the only thing I have with Decimate is the thing that Casualty of War did fix, and again, like I'm not saying run Casualties of War, but you have to have the targets.
Yeah.
Which I mean, in 4-player Commander, hopefully, it would be in a rare situation where you don't. I just the one time you're gonna have to blow up like your own artifact or something. It's gonna be shitty.
Oh, you're right. That's why we should run Dark's doing it.
No, that's that's not how that works. That's not how any of this works. How about Justice Strike, which is a uncommon instant for red and a white. Target creature deals damage to itself equal to its power, and it would be our first Boros card. Thanks, Windows.
Sure.
Yeah, I get rid of a creature.
Roll.
It'll knock itself out. What? How many do we plan on running? Many counter spells? Because I think Dimir and Azorius are going to be, and maybe Izzet is going to be where we run most of our counter spells.
I don't know how many counter spells we are in the market of running in this deck.
Yeah, I see it as being not like super interactive, which is par for the course for most dragon decks. It's usually like, hey, I'm just going to be bigger than you and beat the ever living snot out of you. Ooh, that's clever. On the EDH rec page, Dax Duplicant. I know we're not down to creatures yet, but I think that's clever in terms of like it could be a dragon. Nobody can tell me it's not.
Yeah. I like Dax.
Assassin's Trophy. It's
yeah,
expensive,
I like
though.
it.
It's $13.
Ooh.
We can take it out later. That how did you?
What?
$13. It's $12.99.
I'm putting $12.99 and saving us
well.
a cent there. Look at that.
You're not calculating tax though.
No, I'm not. Strangely enough, we have 3 Golgari cards. It's almost like 2 Golgari mages are making this deck.
I don't know. When we started talking about removal, I was gonna just start listing off like all of the suite of the removal that they have, and then I was like, no, I shouldn't do that because then we're gonna skew it too far over. I mean, if we want to run one more,
but Devil.
That's the one. That's the new one that hits like.
Yeah, it hits creature, artifact, or planeswalker. It worries me a little bit with the double black, but
yeah,
like I said, I don't know how much we want to run.
I don't know. I would almost run Utter End over Bedevil because it's again non-land permanent. So like here you have to miss out on enchantment because Rakdos doesn't know how to handle enchantments. And Utter End, like yeah, you pay more mana. Like you pay 1 more mana, but you fix your colors by 1 too.
Let's just run Under End then. Let's do it.
Just
bite the bullet. Double wars off it up. What's the odds we see Anguish of Making and Utter End in the same hand and are sad?
Now that you've
It'll
said
happen,
it,
I know. It'll
now
happen.
that you've said it every time. Assassin's Trophy might be too pricey. We're gonna have to kind of gauge it as we go. Just because.
But 100% agree it might be too pricey.
Yeah. We'll figure it out as we go. All right, so that's 9 removal. That's what do you think? That's enough? We're at 23 cards, and we have not played a single dragon.
Well, we're getting the fundamentals, sir.
I know. I'm just making the point of we're almost a quarter of the way through the deck. A third of the deck is going to be lands, or no, probably 40% is going to be lands. We haven't played
38 lands, I think, is right.
I rounded.
Okay. Yeah, we ended at 9. Like I said, probably 8 draw. I definitely want Sphinx's Rev here.
Yeah. I think Sphinx's Rev is good. Although that does kind of run into the other problem we were talking about because it's what, white blue or white blue?
It's white blue, I think. I agree, but Sphinx's Rev is just so good. So we're gonna ignore it.
I agree, but I'm greedy. It's white blue.
Yeah, white blue. It's just so good. We're going to ignore the problem I talked about earlier.
We're going to completely never mind the other thing that we just said.
Because it's so good. All right. And that gives us an Azorius card, which we didn't have yet. So we also don't have a Dimir card, so we're going to run Ancient Excavation, I think.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because again, it's got the basic land cycling.
Mm-hmm.
And does the thing I mean, yes, you have to discard all the cards, but it does get through your deck awful fast.
I mean, yeah,
I mean, you're
I think it's
essentially
fine. I don't think it's so like backbreaking. You know what I mean?
yeah, you're actually card neutral technically, but you are seeing so many more
Ooh,
cards.
we're in draw. I have the perfect Dimir draw spell.
Okay.
Baleful
Well, we
Strix.
already Baleful Strix, you say?
Come on, it's a staple.
It is.
It's
Well,
Dimir.
playing
It draws cards. It's a flying Death Touch 1/1 that just gets in the way of crap. It's $7.49.
that was my problem. Is I knew it was gonna be expensive.
We're fine. We're at $60 and we're a quarter of the way through.
Yeah, but you know what our mana base is gonna be?
Yeah. Like I said, if we get down to the 38 slots for lands and we just have no money, then we'll go back and we could take out Assassin's Trophy and just like we'll put in Putrefy over it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes.
Why don't can we do Notion Thief instead?
We can, but that's not
No,
a flying Death Toucher,
it's not.
and it costs two more, one more, two
Yeah,
more.
2 more. It's 4. I mean, fine.
It is.
Roll
It
the
is. It does
Strix.
have flash though,
It
so
does.
you can kind of play around with it a little bit more.
Let's do Notion Thief.
That's fine. Oh, we were talking before about 2-color mana dorks. There was one in this set. It's a Death Touch lifelinking 2/3 Nightmare Beast. Leyline Prowler. It's a Golgari card. It taps to add 1 mana of any color.
How much does it cost to play?
1 black green. 3-drop.
Yeah, we can throw that in there, I guess.
What do you take out for it? Because I don't think we should go. It's a creature, so I guess it's fine. It's a chump blocker at worst.
Alright, so what was the name of it?
Leyline Prowler.
And cost?
That's a good question because EDH Rec doesn't have it. Hold on 1 second. Thanks, EDH Rec. 13 cents. So it's nice and cheap.
Yeah, nice and cheap.
We could take out Commander Shirt for this. What are you talking about?
Alright, well, we can take out something if we need to.
We could take out Coalition Relic for this. A colorless card that we can't get with Niv-Mizzet or Leyline Prowler. And we save $7.70. Fantastic.
Sure. Done.
Invoke
Done.
the Fire
Find me
Mines.
another draw card. Oof. Isn't it 7 mana though?
I think so. But it's thematic.
What about Bring to Light?
Ooh, that's good one. I actually just saw that on the EDH right? That's a 5-drop, cost 34 cents.
Yeah, but you search your library and then you cast it without paying its mana cost.
What do you mean? Oh, you mean the card that you go get?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Bring the Light is a rare sorcery all the way back from Battle for Zendikar. 3 green blue. It has converted. Search your library for a creature, instant, or sorcery card with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of colors of mana spent to cast Bring the Light. Exile that card, then shuffle your library. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. So if you pay Wooburg into this, you can go get a 5-drop and play it for free. And it's a tutor, so that's pretty cool too. It's not just draw; it's tutor. The curve is going to be a little silly on this, I think.
Oh yeah, the card's gonna be way silly on this.
For expansion explosion, I think explosion's more of a win con new dark, so I'm not 100% sure that it would fit thematically because it's Niv-Mizzet, but I don't think big mana is what we're trying to do here, unfortunately. If this were like a Ramos deck, then I could see it because Ramos is going to get big mana, but I don't think for this particular kind of 5-color deck, I don't think it's going to work out as well as we want. So now we have 5 draws. How many draws do you want to go?
I'd say 7 or 8. Given that our commander is a draw engine, that's gonna draw pretty well. We probably don't need more than 8. So I'm trying to find other Hydroid Krasis, maybe?
That's a good one. It's an expensive one.
I don't
Again.
know how expensive it is currently.
Hold on.
I know it's good. I also
That's how you
know
spell hybrid.
seeing a lot of play in standard.
Only $17.53. Let's find something else.
Yeah.
Are there that many? Are there other like wheel effects, like we were talking about?
We've got what's the blue black wheel?
Ancient excavation.
No, no. There's an actual wheel.
Whisper of Madness. Are you talking about the Cipher one?
Yeah, the Cipher one, Whispering Madness. Yeah.
And we're probably gonna be hitting people, so. It's 36 cents. And it's another Demir card. As things should be.
We added that Golgari card in that we forgot to account for.
Oh yeah, Leyline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't we find that Boros draw card? We only have one.
Hey, Clicky, thanks for the raid. How'd your stream go?
3, 4, 5, 6. Ideas, people. 2 color cards that draw cards.
It's not as easy as I thought it was gonna be. I remember when
you've got Is It Charm, but that's draw 2, discard 2.
Keranos.
Keranos.
Right?
I can get behind
pseudo
Keranos.
Draw. And he's God.
I mean, I can get behind Keranos.
I should look and see if there's any dragons that draw cards. Minus, of course, the Niv-Mizzets. The problem with the Niv-Mizzets in a deck like this, too, is that,
they're double.
Yeah. They're at least double.
Triple.
Yeah.
How much is Keranos right now?
Dragons do not draw many cards.
Keranos is $7.30.
Dragon Lord Ojitai has hexproof as long as he's untapped, flying 5/4 for 5 mana. Whenever Dragon Ojitai deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. He's like a baby Niv-Mizzet, except he doesn't have the color combination problem.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we were talking about Expansion and Explosion before, Clicky, and while it would be extremely thematic because it's a Niv-Mizzet deck, it's kind of too much of like we're not doing enough big mana stuff for it to work out. I think the way we wanted to.
I think we can transition here. Use Dragon Lord Ojitai as our bridge into dragons and such.
We're not gonna Wrath? We're not gonna blow up all the dragons?
Oh yeah, we can Wrath. Probably 4.
Yeah.
Supreme Verdict for sure.
Yep. Time Warp. Save a dragon.
Yeah, that one's good. Right, Time Warp.
Time
Is
Warp.
that what it is?
Yeah. $1.27 is the price that I have.
It's not Time Warp. What is it?
Time Wipe. I'm sorry. Time Wipe.
Time Wipe.
And you are also correct. $1.33.
$1.33 for it.
Yep.
What is Supreme Verdict?
Supreme Verdict shouldn't be too much. Oh well, I guess it hasn't been printed in a while. $4.50 at the lowest. And that's 2 Azorius cards that we're putting in, so we're up to 3 now.
Yeah. All of a sudden, we went Azorius.
Yeah, right.
Merciless Eviction, for sure.
So with that, I guess we're not going to have too much recursion, are we?
Not a ton.
$3.54. We have
click on
4 Azorius. I'm sorry, because I didn't put Dragon Lord Ojitai in there. I already put Merciless up there. I think you just added another one.
Sorry.
Oh, what are you doing?
How dare I?
How dare you? Panharmonicon to double Niv-Mizzet's trigger. I don't know. Dragon Horde is
If
up
we
here.
end up with
listed
more
on the map.
ETBs, I'd say probably, but if it's just for Niv-Mizzet,
Yeah, that's fair.
one card just to interact with your commander, even though the commander ability is awful good.
Yeah. To be honest, like I'm looking at a lot of the dragons now from the search that we did before, and not a lot of them are ETBs. Most of them, like Bladewing is the first ETB, then Dragonlord Solmgar.
Can we run like Dex Duplicant
Yeah.
and Spark Double?
Spark Double's monocolored.
I know it is, but I want it so bad. Fine, we won't. Dex
Are we gonna
Duplicant.
run any Planeswalkers? Let's put it like that.
I just want to copy Niv.
Oh, because it's not legendary. I see what you're saying. Dax Duplicant is $1.54. And Spark Double is $3.22. Dax Duplicant will be another Izzet card to go up to 2, and Spark is monocolored.
It would be so cool to copy a Niv.
Considering that he's kind of like a clone himself, right? Spoilers.
We're just gonna call both these dragons. They're dragons. Don't look too close at the card types, people. They're dragons.
Are they dragons though?
Oh, they're dragons.
I'm looking at the cards now. They don't say dragon on them anywhere.
Oh, Spark Double distinctly says dragon the second it enters the battlefield.
What do you think about like Dragonlord Solmgar or something like that? I mean, we said a Tarka since we're talking about dragons. We did say a Tarka was going to be like a finisher.
Yeah, Tarka World Render.
Yep,
for sure.
Another Gruul card. It cost 38 cents at its lowest.
Yeah.
That's another Gruul card. We're up to 3. The balance actually worked out pretty well. We're low on Selesnya and Rakdos and Boros.
So maybe we need to look at Dramoka, right? Dragonlord Dramoka.
Yep, Dragonlord Dramoka is a 6-drop, and she costs
She's pricey.
$13.98 at the lowest.
She's so good though.
Can we get this effect for in another card? Grand Abolisher is the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
It's not dragon though.
Yes,
It's
I'm
not
aware.
2-color.
What about Teferi?
We can run Teferi too if you want to, but
something for your Spark Double also to hit.
I think we can go Dragonlord Dramoka okay though.
Yeah. Well, what are we at? So we're
like
almost halfway.
Right?
Almost halfway, and again, we're at 38 cards with the commander. Oh no, I'm sorry, this counts the commander. So we're at 37 cards. I think it's overall fine for now. Check chat really quick. Progenitor Mimic. What do you think about that one? I like that one. I like that one. That's clever.
I like it.
Did I spell Progenitor right? I did. It is a $1.19, and it is a Simic card, which brings us up to 3 Simic cards, which puts us kind of like our average is 3 right now.
The one thing I will say with Progenitor Mimic is right now we are kind of running a little light on the non-legendary things for it to copy.
That's fair. I mean, you could Progenitor Mimic your Spark Double.
Yeah.
For the lulz. I think that's because, like, a lot of people, when they run dragon decks, just want to run the big, scary dragons. And, like, you normally have the legendary dragons who are doing that. What do you think about, like, Savage Ventmaw? Does it give you the 6 mana? Pays for itself. Definitely. Another Gruul card. Actually, bringing us up to 4. Gruul is now with Azorius and Golgari for the most that we have. Remember when we were like low on Azorius?
Yeah, it's not the case anymore.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Dragonlord Kolaghan. I gotta find that one again. That's the one where like they get plus
Isn't
1.
That haste?
Other creatures you control have haste whenever an opponent casts a creature or planeswalker with the same name. Oh, yeah, that's not gonna play.
I mean, the haste is nice, but
I think we could find a cheaper way to have haste though.
yeah, you mean like
The enchantment.
the new enchantment, yeah, the Gruul enchantment. What is
Oh
that
yeah,
card
Rhythm
called?
of the Wild.
Rhythm of the Wild, yeah.
Here, let me. Rhythm of the Wild. It's 97 cents. And now Gruul is the thing that we have the most of.
Well,
I like that though.
Like I said, Gruul Dragons, man.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's go ahead and throw a miscellaneous category in here just for that rhythm. Any other cards we throw in there, just miscellaneously?
We'll probably think of it as we come to it. Actually,
I like
have
Dragon Lord Simlangar. We could run him.
Steal something.
Steal something. What about Dragon Lord Atarka?
Is that not the one we're running?
No, we're running Atarka Whirlwinder.
I don't know. That's an ETB one, and it's a 7-mana one. I don't think it's.
Nope.
We could. What's the enchantment that? It's mono red. Whenever Dragon Tempest, that does probably a better thing than what that does. Than Atarka does, because it's gonna trigger off every dragon. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. What about the non-Dragon Lord Solmgar for the -1/-1 for every dragon attacking?
Yeah. Drifting Death.
Yeah. It's a 26 cents. That's the lowest. So we just added Solmgar and Solmgar, so 2 more Dimir cards. Yes. Yes, Dimir cards.
Still running light on Selesnya, right? What else are we running light on? You said 27 cents? You said 27 cents? Right.
Something like that. Or did I say 26? If you want to be exact about it.
Of course I won't be exact about it, sir. Boros and Rakdos.
I kind of want to talk about like Bladewing the Risen, but the black red kills me every time. But it's a recursion thing.
The recursion's really good, but yeah.
We could do the non-Dragon Lord Kolaghan if we want to. I don't know. I'm trying to also look for like non-legendary.
Kolaghan Storm's free.
Yeah, because it gives.
I think, yeah, I definitely think that one goes.
Because it does interact nicely with the Whoa, what is it? The Atarka?
Yeah.
29 cents. And it's a Rakdos card.
You did it.
We did it. Somehow we're gonna get to that Boros card. Clicking in the chat, I think, mentioned Wear and Tear if we want just another Boros card. Yeah, it's removal as opposed to a dragon.
Wear/Tear.
Yeah.
How much is that?
It's probably got to be pennies, but hold on. Oh, it's $1.65 actually. There. We have raised our average. I'm sorry, we have raised our minimum from 1 card per color to 2.
That's right. There we go. Aroas. We'd run him for Boros.
Yeah, because it protects the dragons. I don't think too many people are gonna have things that just block and kill our dragons most of the time, but if you watch game
they could be like you and run Belful Strix.
Listen here. There's nothing wrong with that.
I like the Menace too, though.
Would Marauder's Wake or Vanquisher's Banner work for the sec? Vanquisher's Banner, yeah. Marauder's Wake we looked at and it was expensive. That was earlier when we were looking at Ramp. It was like the first Selesnya card we thought about. And I think Phyrexian said it was like over $15 or something. Which
Yeah.
we then promptly, I think, put a $15 card. We then put Assassin's Trophy in the deck, so you see where our priorities are. The Selesnya card that costs 15? Nah. The Golgari one that costs 13? Fine.
You convinced me on that one. You sold me.
I mean, you could destroy a lane with Assassin's Trophy. It's great.
Oh, we need Xenagos too.
That's true. We did just add another Boros card. So we're up to 3. You're about to add Xenagos, so we're going to be up to 6 there. So no more Gruul or Dimir cards for now. Because we have 6 and 5.
Oh, whew. You know how much Xenagos is?
How much?
$18.05. Assassin's Trophy's probably getting the boot.
Yeah. Assassin's Trophy's probably going to become putrefied right now.
Yeah, it definitely just became putrefied. You just saw it happen.
I don't know how it happened.
Or
either.
even better, what about over putrefied, that status? What's it? Status statue?
Yeah.
Status / statue, right?
Yep.
How much is that one? I know it's one more, but it also
cents.
gives you better permanent selection.
13 cents.
Yeah.
Well, putrefy does the same thing, right? Doesn't it just say non-land?
Putrefy is
artifact
or creature.
Yep.
So it's one more mana to give you the ability to target enchantments.
And just like that, we made up all that money. I can't even look at. It's in the removal, right? Where did you put it?
Do we want to try Mirai's Wake?
We're worried about our lands, like the cost for our lands, and
okay, fair enough. We won't do it yet.
Yeah.
All right. What?
All right, so we're at 46. Dargans, don't we? Yep, we're going back to Dargans. The problem is finding good 2-color ones. There's a lot of good 3-color ones. There's a lot of good.
Do we want Jamoka the Eternal? Whenever a dragon you control is attacks, bolster 2. I mean, it's thematic. Dragons attacking.
I don't.
Makes the dragons bigger, which is good for double strike. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't know. That seems a little rough for me, personally. I do want to look at, though, a couple of the Sarkans, because 2 of the Sarkans are 2-color. There's Sarkhan the Mad that I want to look at, and then Sarkhan Vol himself.
Yeah.
So Sarkhan
I'm behind Sarkhan Vol for sure.
Yeah. Oh, it's another Gruul card.
Sorry, dragons are Gruul. Okay.
Dragons are cool or Gruul? It's $7.67.
$7.60.
Yeah.
Look at you making us spend money again.
I just said not to do it, and you did it.
He's so good.
Sarkhan the Med, reveal the top card, put it into your hand, deals damage to himself equal to that card's converted mana cost. -2 is target creature's controller sacrifice it, and then that player makes a 5/5 dragon. His -4 is each dragon you control deals damage equal to its power to target player or planeswalker. So his -4 might just kill somebody. You drop him. He's a Rakdos card too.
How much is he?
656.
Let's just not do either one.
Did you take them both off?
Yeah, I took them both off. We're worried about it. We need to find some cards that are not super expensive.
Yeah.
In my god theming, how much is Scarab God, and can we afford to run him just to make our dragons come back as zombie dragons?
Or steal other people's stuff. His lowest is $13.03.
Is it worth it?
I don't know, because it's on zombie base deck and we're not milling people. So like it's literally gonna be we have to kill people's creatures, and we're not even running that many wraths.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Primeval's Glorious Rebirth. That might be good because a lot of our stuff's legendary. A big spell though. That's what, 7?
It's 7 mana. How many legend do we have? I mean, if they're getting rid of Xenagos or the other guy, they're exiling them. They aren't most likely.
If they turn into creatures and make us sacrifice them, especially Xenagos, who's gonna probably be a creature fairly easily, because we do have, like we said, a lot of Gruul.
Alright, I'll do it. Primevals.
Glorious Rebirth. And it only costs 34 cents. An Orzhov card. Oh, we took aggro card when you took out the Darkened Ball.
Oh, that's good because we can get that scroll, right? That's what you kept saying.
It's the highest at 6, and it was at 7 before this.
Ojutai, Soul of Winter. Flying Vigilance 5/6 for 7. When a dragon you control attacks, tap target non-land permanent opponent controls. It doesn't untap.
I got another one for you. Pygam Ojutai Master.
Well, that one definitely, but I like Ojutai, Soul of Winter too.
That's fine. We're low on
just throw a couple more
Azorius
in here. Ojutai, Soul of Winter, not Faux Winter.
No, Soul of Winter. It's 20. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 17 cents at the lowest.
Right.
And then Tygam is Tygam Ojutai Master, and it's $1.45. And now we can no longer do Azorius cards because now that's at 6. Thrawn's Temporal Gateway. Bladewing the Risen. I'm iffy on Bladewing the Risen because even though it's a recursion card for our dragons, it's black, red,
black.
Yeah. And then 3 more, so it's a 7-drop. I know, like, we have a bunch of 7-drops, and that's why I keep thinking about it. I'm like, I kind of want to run it, but I also kind of don't think it's the greatest idea because I think the curve's going to be too high as it is. Curve probably already is too high. Let's be real.
That's a thing for Jamoka the Eternal. It's only a 5-drop dragon. It's a 5/5. 5-drop dragon.
Oh, the bolster one?
Yeah.
It's a
5-drop. And it's Selesnya.
22 cents at its lowest.
There we go.
There. We did it. Surprisingly few Is It dragons. We only have 2. Same thing for Rakdos.
That aren't called Niv-Mizzet?
Yeah.
And again, that's just a mana card. I think we're kind of out of Dargans.
Really? There's only 11
that are worth running.
Do we want to do... How many other like copy effects are there that are 2-color? Not too many, right? There's a couple of Dimir ones, but it's usually copying somebody else's stuff because it'll kill it.
Quasi-duplicate's only 1 color, right?
Yeah, that's mono blue. Any other gods that you were thinking about running?
Not other than Scarab God, because we already have Erois and Keranos and Xenagos.
And as far as like creatures in general, I don't think we have enough creatures to warrant a Karamitra. And I don't know how many basics we're gonna run to warrant a Karamitra.
Well, it's not basics; it's Forest or Plains, but
oh yeah, never mind. That even less so. I am not seeing too many.
Yeah, that's what we need to find now is copy effects or something like that that can allow us to.
Do we want to just run a few Planeswalkers? A few 2-color Planeswalkers?
We can look at some 2-color Planeswalkers, I guess.
Ajani the Great-Hearted is the new one. Gives all your creatures vigilance. Let's just look at the war. Let's do that. Let's look at war 2-color Planeswalkers. So color equal 2, type equal Planeswalker, and set equal war. So there's Ashiok, Teferi, Saheeli, Ral, Tezzeret, Ajani, Tamio, Sorin, Domri. Domri makes creature spells you cast this turn can't be countered for +1, and creatures get +1/+0 as its passive for 3 mana. Oh, it's a Gruul card.
Well, of course it is.
It's a thing that we didn't want to do. Oh, Kiora. Whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card.
Yeah, that's good.
It's Kiora Behemoth Beckoner, and it costs 95 cents.
Kiora.
And it's a Simic card, which we were averaging on.
Beckoner. 95 cents.
You know what
I
else
throw
would be
that in there as
really...
draw.
You
What?
know what else would do really well? Samut, Tyrant Smasher, whose passive is creatures you control have haste for only 4 mana. But it's a Simic card. I mean, not a Simic card, a Gruul card.
Are we doing it?
No, I don't think it's super worth it. I'm looking at I was looking at Tamio, but Tamio is not like the Tasmina or whatever it is. The mono blue new planeswalker that makes it harder for you to target our stuff. What do you think about doing the Khans sieges? They're monocolored, but some of them, like the blue one's gonna make it harder to target our stuff. Black one can make us have an ability to get our creatures back.
Mm-hmm.
White one I don't think is really worth it. Green one's a little bit of ramp, or it allows us to fight.
Are they 2 colors?
No. I said they were monocolored, sir.
We took it. Quatley, the Sun's Heart?
Quatley? Where is she?
Oh,
Oh, is she
little...
monocolored? Oh no, she's all.
No,
Why is
she's
she all?
Selesnya.
I don't know. How many creatures have bigger butts than their power?
Not all of them. Probably not many of them. I was looking at for the life gain a little bit.
I would
we had some
almost
creatures with
go
big toughness.
with the Sorin for that, because his passive is just creatures and planeswalkers have lifelink.
Oh, well, let's do that then. Where is he?
Sorin, Vengeful Bloodlord. He cost 316. And he's an Orzhov card, which we're now at 5-4. Oh, okay, that's cool. Don't put the number there.
315.
316. Austin 316. Come on now. Did we want to put that as Johnny? Oh, you did put the Cure in there. I'm sorry. I don't think I picked up the Simic. Mocha the Eternal, which I think I got. For Selesnya. Do we want to do the Johnny for the Vigilance? And it has a game life. Yeah.
Sure.
$2.06. It'll help the other walkers, and it'll make the dragons bigger with his -2. Not terrible. I don't know. Do you want to just skew more toward Gruul for either the Domri or the Samut?
I don't know. I'm kind of looking at all planeswalker, like all 2-color planeswalkers right now, trying to find some.
67. Holy crap. There's a lot. Holy crap.
Yeah, but surprisingly, not a lot of them are very relevant for what we're trying to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at too. I'm like, well, that doesn't matter. Well, that doesn't matter.
We could always do old Steward developments.
Yeah, I saw that one too, because even if you pay into 1, I mean, the Scry 2 just becomes relevant because you can dig in for like what you need.
Yeah.
Dovin, Hand of Control.
I don't know that it does anything for what our deck's trying to do.
It's just, yeah, it just stops people from playing.
Nisa's 314.
And she's a Simic card.
She's a Simic card.
Yep.
What one are we still running low on? Boros, I'm sure.
Is it? And Rakdos are at 2, and then Boros is at 3.
Any of our Is it Planeswalkers worth running?
I don't know. It's hard because like the Izzet ones are typically either artifact or like kind of spell slingery.
Yeah.
Like Ral doesn't do much. Both Saheelis don't really do much. Old Ral doesn't do too much. I mean, if we ult him and get the flip the turn or do the flipping coins for turns, it gives
What
us
about Soren Grim Nemesis? We are having high converted mana cost here. Might as well use it to our advantage.
I have to find him.
It's reveal the top card of your library, put that card into your hand. Each opponent loses life equal to its converted mana cost. His minus X is Soren deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, you gain X life. And then his ult is kind of irrelevant. It's just a bunch of vampires.
Yeah, I think
But
it's card advantage and
it's
the extra
card
little
advantage
damage.
and removal and a little bit of life gain.
Yeah, and it's planeswalker removal too because his minus can hit planeswalkers. I'm good with it. It's $8.99. We still have 73 left, so I think it's fine for now. It brings our Orzhov up to 6. So right now we're like maxing out at like 6. I'm looking like the Boros planeswalkers because there's only like 2. Watley and the Ajani.
But neither one's good for what we're trying to do.
Not really. I mean the Watley's meh. But like oh there's the other Nahiri too, but so Nahiri the Harbinger, you may discard a card if you do draw a card, exile target enchantment, tapped artifact or tapped creature, search your library for an artifact or creature card, put it onto the battlefield, shuffle your library, it gains haste, return to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. It's actually not terrible. Loot, removal, and go fetch something like an Atarka. You know what I mean? You'd have to like replay it the next turn, but like you get the Atarka.
So that's Nahiri the
Harbinger. 561. And it's a Boros card.
gets our Boros count up a little bit.
It's a diversity higher. Are we running the creatures to make dragons cheaper? We have one of them in there, but the problem is that most of them are single color, and because it's a Niv-Mizzet Reborn deck, it's only good if you basically draw them naturally in like the early parts. Well, I guess that's not 100% true. But if you like pick them up with Niv-Mizzet's ability, they're gonna go to the bottom, so you're gonna lose them. Along with most of our ramp, because most of our ramp is artifact. What were you saying? Phyrexian?
Yeah, I was saying I don't know.
No.
Gosh, we're 10-21.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're building a deck.
I didn't expect it to take this long.
I think it's just been hard because
we keep like
of the color restrictions.
Yeah. I don't know. So we have 11 dragons. The planeswalkers. So it's kind of like a planeswalker sub theme. I don't know. Do we just break a little bit from the norm and run a few either monocolor or 3-color dragons?
We could.
Because like monocolor, you then get into like the Advara Hellkite. You get into we could then run like the Dragon Speaker Shaman to make the dragons cheaper. Dragon Lord Servant to make dragons cheaper. Did we do Dragon Tempest?
We didn't put Dragon Tempest in there, but I can.
Yeah.
How much is Dragon Tempest?
I see 79 cents. It's miscellaneous. I mean, it's kind of removal, but it's miscellaneous. I don't know how you feel about Udvara Hellkite, because that one has to attack, whereas Lathless gets you a somewhat smaller dragon, but it's on ETB. So Lathless is whenever another non-token dragon enters the battlefield under your control, you get a 5/5. Udvara Hellkite is whenever a dragon, not non-token, but a dragon you control attacks, create a 6/6 flyer. And then the price difference is $1 between them, from $2 to $3. And the cost difference is 2 mana. Lathless is cheaper by 2. 6-drop compared to an 8-drop.
I don't know, which one would you rather do?
I think Lathless, because we're gonna have a couple of haste enablers, and the attack trigger isn't going to help us with attacking with haste. Whereas,
And Lathless also pumps dragons too, right?
yeah, for 1 red dragons you control get +1/+0. So Lathless,
She's
Dragon
$1.36.
Queen, she's $1.99. I'm jumping a little bit between Scryfall and EDH depending on if it's on EDH. I'm just taking the price off there. So if you see something cheaper, then by all means.
Yeah, Scryfall says $1.36.
Yeah, that's fine. Since we are breaking a little bit from the 2-color theme, a white Crucifix of Fate. Or Crux of Fate, Crucifix of Fate. Crux of Fate.
Yeah.
Just to have that one-sided board wipe for dragons be really good.
Costs
140. Okay.
Well, we just need 2 more cards. Maybe look for 2 more dragons that we really want to run.
3
and
more.
then do the 38 lands.
3 more. That count does have commander in there. So it's 59.
Oh, okay.
Well,
let's look for 3 more cool dragons. Why not?
So what cool dragons did we pass up on?
Do we want to do the engine of dragons?
Oh, Ramos?
Or is it not?
So when we were thinking about this, I was like, oh, Ramos would be really good because you're going to have to run 2-color cards anyway. So you're always going to get 2 counters off like most of your spells. But I don't know. It might be too slow then, because we're not running enough +1/+1 counter stuff in conjunction with it.
What about the greatest of all dragons, the Dragon?
Dragon's probably fine. It's weird to not run them in the command zone though. 5-color dragons.
Have to run them at
all. He is also a 9-drop. No, I don't think we run him. He's also a $10 card.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think we run him.
What about Scion? Or do we not have enough ways to recur to make it worth it?
Yeah. And there's only, I think we're only running like one of the ways to do the combo. Atarka and what's the other part of that? Oh no, I don't even think we're running it. I don't know. I mean, there's always the best dragon.
Are you talking about Prosh?
Yeah, we shouldn't run him. He's not relevant here. I just like saying that he's the best dragon because he is.
I wish Nicole Bolas the Ravager was cheaper because I'd totally run that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. What about any of the other reprinted Elder Dragons? Vivictus, Arcades doesn't matter. Chromium is kind of meh. Oh yeah, and Palladium doesn't have haste, so never mind. I guess it wasn't as good as I thought it was. Felden, there's your recursion. You make artifact versions. He's actually he's a dragon commander. There's apparently 5 dragon commander decks with Felden of the 3rd path as the commander. That's kind of wild. What was the 3-color Sarkin, since we're breaking away? Or do we want to stick to just dragons?
I mean, we can play other stuff that aren't just dragons if you really want. I'm not going to restrict you, sir.
Well, the 3-color Sarkon, its +1 is draw and 1 mana of any color. -2 is a dragon token. And the -8 is any number of dragons and just put them onto the battlefield. So the -8, like, even if we're only running the 12 dragons that we have, kind of feels like you just win.
Alright, so what's...
Sarkin Unbroken.
Sarkin,
He's 635. And then we have to find 2 cool dragons. The last 2 cards.
I was looking at Wasatoria.
Oh yeah, the cat dragon.
Yeah, the cat dragon.
I scrolled past her before. Now I can't find her. Oh, there she is. So whenever she deals combat damage to a player, that player sacrifices a creature. If that player can't, you can get a baby cat dragon. That's cool. $3.49.
How do you spell her name real fast?
WASITORA.
It's Dragon Queen? Or...
Nekoru dragon, so Nekoru.
And you said 349?
349.
Dragon.
Alright, chat. One more really good dragon. Grey Cloud says Tyrant's familiar. Yes, we are brewing the new Niv-Mizzet. Sorry, I was off of the stream for a minute because I was looking at my EDA Trek page on this screen.
If you what about Karthus? The Tyrant of Jund.
I mean, we're not predicting to have dragon deck opponents, right? Doesn't he steal dragons?
He also gives other dragons creatures you control have haste.
What's his mana cost?
7.
Damn dragons.
Dragons are expensive, man.
You say this like it's something that I should know, but I would like to deny you. Because that would make
That's why I really wish Nicole Bolas the Ravager wasn't like $21, because then we just run him. Because he's a cheap dragon.
Right, he's a 4 cost, I think.
Yeah. Becomes a draw engine. Just does things.
Just does all these things, man.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling. I'm looking. I don't know. I mean, that's fine. I'm not like super crazy on it, but
Well, find me another dragon you are super crazy on.
I don't think there's another dragon that gives everybody haste.
There's the Dragon Lord
Kolaghan.
Kolaghan. It's only 6 mana.
Yeah. And it's a Rakdos card. Let's do it.
Dragon Lord Kolaghan.
Yeah. We'll pump our Rakdos up to 3.
So what you're saying is we're unlikely to draw Rakdos.
I'm saying it's unlikely to see a Rakdos card, not only draw one.
Hey, well, we got some Dargans.
I scrolled past the OG Nicobolas, and for a second I was like, let's just throw it out there, just for the lulz. And then I was like, no, card's kinda garbage. Sorry. One of the 5 fathers of our time.
Well, we have $39 remaining to do our land base here, unless we cut some things and change some things around.
Well, actually, really quick, I'm going to sort this for a quick second. So just so that we can kind of have an idea of what the expensive stuff is. It's column B. Do top down. Alright. So our most expensive card is Xenagos, followed by Dragonlord Dramoka. They are $30 together. Crazy. Just something to keep in mind as we do this. I figure to start, just command tower, mana confluence. Ooh, mana confluence is $18.
Nope. What city of brass?
$11. It's
Nope.
$10.99.
What's command tower?
$1.79.
Perfect. Let's do that.
Got there.
You know what? We're gonna be janky. Let's do Maze's End.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do all the things. Thanks for the follow, Great Cloud. How are you not following? I'm probably not supposed to like yell at, the fans, but how are you not following? You've been here for a while. Or did you unfollow just to refollow? Hold on. Oh. Maze's End. 67 cents. I'm going to assume
we're running every gate we can.
Yeah, but I'm gonna assume they're all pretty much a penny.
Yeah, we're just gonna make that assumption.
Okay. If we're off by a few cents, then I mean, you know what? I'll give somebody $5 to get their guild gates. No, you gotta go in order. Azorius, Boros.
No.
What did you? Oh, I was gonna say you should just copy the list from before and then just go in and put guild gate in each one.
I could. You want me to do that? That'd probably be faster.
No. However you want to do it. Path of Ancestry is probably pretty good.
How much is it though?
$6.49, so it's not the worst. And we do have $37 to play around with.
Maybe we can run some of those expensive lands. Golgari, is it Zorius Boros?
Gateway Plaza is another good one because it is another gate. Also 49 cents. The best part. I think Reliquary Tower is kind of relevant too in a Niv-Mizzet deck. Just because Niv-Mizzet's potentially going to draw you a whole bunch of cards out of nowhere. Hopefully, that's the dream. So I'm gonna go underneath you and do.
Yep, you do that.
And Reliquary Tower. I'm going to then check how much they are. $2.49. Gateway Plaza is 49 cents. Fantastic. Never didn't have it.
Is that the only other gate we have?
I will check that real quick. I think so. I think there's only.
I think there's only 11.
Yeah, there's 11 gates. Can't have too many gates, otherwise they'd be cheating.
Okay, we got the gates.
So still have $34. We have 24 left. How do we? Do we just run tri-lands or do we want to run a couple of rainbow lands? I mean, we could probably do both, honestly. We could probably run all 10 of the tri-lands if we wanted to, but is that too slow?
I'm just gonna put all these lands in as 5 cents. I googled or checked Simic Guild Gate and it was 5 cents, so I'm gonna say they're all 5 cents.
Fair enough. Alright, so
I don't know if that's too slow or not. I don't know if we can afford to run like shock lands.
these shocks. Let me just find some shocks. Those are fetches. Fetch. $10 for Blood Crypt, $12 for Stomping Ground, $9 for Sacred Foundry, 15 for Is It, 11 for Godless Shrine. So probably not. Temple Garden's only 7, and Overgrown Tombs only 650. So in terms of colors, Simic, Gruul, Orzhov, Azorius are all our tops with 6. So blue twice, green twice, white
Well, we can just
twice. So green, blue, white, Hollowed Fountain, and Temple Garden are both affordable. So Hollowed Fountain and Temple Garden. I just want to see the pricing afterward. This is $8.99 and
$6.99.
Yeah. So we still have $17 after that, and that kind of satisfies like 2 of our like bigger, or 3 of our bigger colors. We really can't run. I mean, we could run like 1 Rainbow Land if it was Reflecting Pool or City of Brass. That's about it. Overgrown Tomb, we had green, and we had 1 instance of black in our top colors, which was from Orzhov, and Overgrown Tomb is 649. Or the fetches are pretty much all out of price. Right? Yeah. So we're not going to be running any fetches. Wow. Scalding Tarn's 110 now.
$110 again?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Back up to where it should be, right?
I guess so. Did we put Path of Ancestry in? We didn't. That one is 649. So we have 17 left. Path of Ancestry would bring us down pretty much to 10. Overgrown Tomb would put us to basically 3.5. And then I don't know what we would do from there. And then that would also put us to 80. So we'd have 20 spots left for basics. We could do 4 of each basic.
Probably wouldn't be 4 of each if once we actually balanced it, but we'd just call it 4 of each, and then let's just do that.
All right. So then Overgrown Tomb was 645 or 649. I'm sorry. And then what was the other thing I said? Path of Ancestry. Path of Ancestry, which was also 649. That brings us down to $4.65. And that puts us at 80. So hold on 1 second. Oh, let me put this into eject stats really quick.
Yeah.
That way we can see the color pie. Because that's going to be easier than me trying to map it out. Upload, copy. This is where we find out if we know how to spell anything. I'll put Reborn in there just to properly go down here. I don't really care about the type.
Joho was saying Amonkhet duels and tangos from BFC. Do we want to look at those?
I don't know. With $4 left, it's kind of hard. Wow, we can't spell anything.
Or the battle bonds?
Hold on 1 second. The battle bond lands, if you want to look those up really quick, that'll work. Why is that? Wadatora Nekaru. Oh, you put Never. Okay. I blame you.
Sorry. It was my fault.
Alright, so we'll take Wadatora out. Dax duplicate. How? Why? Oh, duplicate, not duplicant. That's why. I kept saying duplicant. Primeval's Glorious. Glorious Rebirth. Status and Stasis, I think, has to have. Yeah. Each site does their split cards like differently, and it's really obnoxious.
Actually, these are kind of expensive.
Really? They must have gone up.
Luxury suite is $966 right now.
Maybe they were only inexpensive online. Maybe that's what happened. And sold information. So.
Yeah, Bountiful Promenade's $810. Yeah, they're expensive. Those are. What are the ones like the dual cycling lands? I mean, you get dual typing that way.
I
mean, they come into play tapped.
Yeah.
Irrigated farmland and those.
If you like Google 2-color cycle lands, it should bring it up for you. Oh, our actual color balancing is not terrible.
That's good.
So 18% red, 23% green, 19% white, 20 blue, 20 black.
That's actually really good.
Yeah, we did it. We did it. The Amonkhet duels. The budget is a total of $200, but we've kind of maxed out a little bit at this point. We have $4.65 left.
Irrigated farmland 61 cents. So we can do those.
Okay.
Probably. Irrigated farmland 61 cents. Fetid pools is $1.84.
Fetid pools, FETID.
Yeah.
Is what?
$1.84. Canyon Slough is $156. SFOUGH. Kind of surprises me. The blue-white one's the cheap one.
Right? So yeah, 65 cents left. 64 cents.
Sheltered Thicket is $1.26.
We have 64 cents left.
I'll just throw it on there and then we'll pick the ones we want to keep the most.
Well, alright. Canyon Slough is black red.
Gathered Groves is $151. Yeah, that's black red.
So I would think we would want to keep the Sultai ones the most, because that's our highest percentages. We have the least in Boros. So Fetid Pools is blue black?
Yeah, probably keep blue black and Sheltered Thicket.
Okay. What was Sheltered Thicket?
It's $126.
There we go. We even got 40 cents back.
There you go. I mean, you could run irrigated farmland if you really want to, but I don't need it. Because we're already running Hollowed Fountain, right?
Yeah. Our distribution is actually... Yeah, our distribution's kind of fine. It's a little bit not right, because we do have a little bit of extra in white. What was the fifth one? Color combination? White, blue, black, red?
White, green.
Okay.
White, green, red, black, and white, green.
Yeah, I don't think we need another white source, because like white and green are tied for our highest sources, which I like green being a high source, but I'd rather have like green black or green blue or something. So, I mean, it's fine. If we have $1 left over, I think that's fine too, because now we're at 17 open spaces for basics. So I think that's pretty good. Let me add these deck.
Do we want how much is Crimson Verge, and do we want to run it? $1.02. Do we have $1.02?
No, we have 94 cents.
Okay, I'm working then. Hey, let's just call it.
Yeah. Again, it doesn't have to be like super.
It's a deck. It's probably not a perfect deck. I mean, we were doing it on the fly.
Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with what we were able to come up with. And like any deck's gonna need some tuning
tweaking
and stuff like that. Yeah, so. Did I hit cancel when I did this? Yes, I did. Haha. Add cards to deck. There, I'm smart. I can't spell irrigated. Is it irrigated farmlands?
It's IRRIGATED.
Oh, it's farmland, not farmlands. That's what I messed up.
Yeah.
Again, I'm smart. Yes, we did put circuitous routes in there for the gates. A lot of our ramp was either 2-color or mana rocks. And not all of it, I guess. We did put like Kadama's Reach and the like in there, just for the sense of they're good cards. Messed up my lines, man.
Sorry.
With your copy and pasting. You know I'm a perfectionist on my sheets.
That was your idea.
I know, but then you messed it up and you didn't fix it.
Well, people, we brewed a deck. We did it. We did not do it in an hour.
No, we did not. So these are apparently going to be long. Oh my god, we're almost going on 2 hours. So either we have to have a better idea, Growth Spiral is in deck, or we need to not be so bad at this.
Well, I mean, it's hard to brew a whole deck in an hour. I mean, let's be honest.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
particular this deck, we had a lot of constraints.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying. Like, I think we have to come with a little bit more of an idea, though, than just like the theme was this. Like, I think we could have probably done overall a little bit better. Just in just practice. Just we could
always do better.
You're right. I am capable of anything. You're correct.
Me, I'm not so much, but you, I have faith.
Yeah, you're actually awful.
I try.
You did this to yourself. You walked into this. So what I'm probably gonna do is I am going to. How much does this cost in ticks? Ah, dude, this costs 33 ticks. This is almost a Magic Online Commander League deck.
Almost.
And if I run it through GoBots, I might even be able to do it. Here, let's look real quick. We'll download this as an MTGO. Maybe I'll try to play this on MTGO. Maybe that'll be like the trade-off. Mako Niv. And then John will be sad that I did it without him. Give me 1 second, because I'm just gonna upload this and see what it comes out to through GoBots. No, I guess I don't want you guys. All my decks. All my decks. Oh, thanks, buddy. Alright, so I'm gonna skip collection. Oh, cheapest is 25 ticks exactly.
Wow.
And that's with the commander in here too. So Niv-Mizzet's in here somewhere. And how much does he add? $1.40. This is a Magic Online Commander League deck.
We did it. We built a $200 paper deck that happens to also be a 25 tick. You know what? I think it was worth the hour and a half now.
There you go.
The 2 hours.
I may actually either that or Phyrexian is gonna have to play it. One or the other. Wait a minute. You don't get to ugh. Look at that. So for those of you who don't know, our series that we do on YouTube, which is called the Magic Online Commander League, the decks have to be 25 ticks through GoBots. The commander doesn't count. So Niv-Mizzet's in the list for $1.40, right? A tick is $1. So this is actually legal. We didn't put Soul Ring in it either. Now that I come to think about it, like, we didn't put any of our banned cards. We didn't put Cyclonic Rift in this. We didn't put any fast mana. So this is actually a 100% legal deck for Magic Online Commander League, and we weren't even trying. Here you go, Phyrexian. Did you hang up?
No, I didn't hang up. I don't want John to hate me more than he already has cause to because I try to kill him first.
I mean, you might play this pile and do nothing. And then maybe he can't hate you as much. I may have to do this in Season 3. This will be the first time that we replay Commander. Spoiler alert. But it's a very different deck, obviously.
Oh yeah, it's a completely different deck.
God.
Hey.
It's awful. It's actually awful.
For all of those of you who joined us and stuck through this,
Nonsense.
we appreciate it. And I think we came up with a feasible deck. I think it could definitely use some tweaking and some ideas, and maybe you can put those in the comments below.
I don't know. You're not looking at this hand.
I'm sure that DM is capable of, posting the deck list to the video down. I, Phyrexian Walker, do not have social media, so don't try to find me there. But you can find me on the Discord, and DM can be found
at twitter.com/DM_cross.
And then we have all of our Praetor Magic and affiliates. Discord at the Praetor Magic, the Google Praetor Magic, the YouTube Praetor Magic,
the Google Praetor Magic.
There's a Google Praetor Magic.
No, there's not.
Yeah, you have a Gmail for Praetor Magic.
That's not a Google though. They don't. Google Plus died. Don't you know?
Still, but also Inked Gaming is still our sponsor. Hopefully, even after this stream.
I don't know. Would you sponsor us after this stream?
Go buy stuff from them. Use the promo code Praetor10. Get you 10% off. What else you got, DM?
YouTube.com/Praetor Magic, Facebook.com/Praetor Magic, Instagram.com/Praetor Magic, Twitter.com/Praetor Magic, Twitch.tv/Praetor Magic on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Mondays and Thursdays, it's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Tuesdays, it's at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Tuesday is Variety Gaming with Danny and John. Mondays is this live podcast that we do with the Twitch chat. And then Thursdays is normally 3DH, and for the next couple weeks going to look a little different just because I am burned out. I am burned out of playing Commander and just getting the absolute crap kicked out of me on turn 4.
Well, that, and let's be honest, there's always a lull between seasons for 3DH, and MTGO just hasn't been itself lately, so
yeah. If they don't,
it's probably a good time to take a break.
If they don't fix it by Thursday, I wouldn't want to play anyway, because chances are, like, half the time the games aren't going to work, especially if people want to play the new Planeswalkers, and apparently it's just impossible to do in multiplayer, so if it's not fixed by Thursday, there's no point in really playing Commander, I think, unless everybody just adjusts their decks and takes out cool new cards, which, who wants to do that? I might come up with a different idea. I have an idea, but I might need some help with it. We'll see. But, alright, but that's going to be it for this time. Hopefully you, like, comment, subscribe to whichever platform you're listening to, whether this is on YouTube or on one of our podcast sites, and join us next Monday. Peace.
Tell us how we can do the deck better.
It shouldn't be hard. Look at the list. I'll put the deck list in the links down below, too. Peace. See you next Monday.